What's up guys, it's Melon here, back with another video. And today I'm going to be doing something different, as you can tell by the title. I'm going to be doing a story time, and if you saw my Instagram post, you would have seen that I'm going to start doing story times. But anyway, if you guys aren't subscribed, please do, because it would mean a lot to me. And we are very close to 100 subscribers, and when we get to 100 subscribers, I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card and 2 passes to my Discord. So subscribe if you want a chance at either one of those. But either way, let's get right into the story time. So this story time takes place about 2 or 3 years ago, and first I need to explain some things for you guys to completely understand the story. So a couple years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, like I said, I rode the bus home, but not to my parents' house. I rode the bus home to my grandparents' house because my mom had to work until like 6, and so I rode the bus home to my grandparents' house, and then my mom would come pick me up after, like, way after school. So there was this kid across the street, and he was my best friend at the time, so let's just call him Brandon, just for the sake of the story. And so my grandparents had a quad, or an ATV, or whatever you want to call it, and so we always rode this around my grandparents' house or like their neighborhood. And so one day we were just sitting at my grandparents' house, and my granddad, or I'm just gonna call him Papa because that's what I call him, he told us, he was like, hey, one day in summer I'm gonna take you to the ATV park. So skip forward a little bit, and now it's summer, and he tells us, he's like, alright, well, here in a little bit we're gonna go to the ATV park. So we got a date and everything like that. I don't remember what the date was, but we figured out what works for everybody. And so we went, and we took Brandon with us. And so we had 2 quads. My papa was going in front of us, and then we were going behind on the back one. So we would take turns driving the one. So it would be me and then Brandon, and me and Brandon. And then we just go back and forth. And so the first laps, like, it was kind of like, it was like a forest trail, but it all looped back into one big circle. And so we were riding, and everything was going fine. We did a couple laps. I think we did 3 or 4 laps, and then on the 5th lap, it just went horribly wrong. So we were riding, and we, like, there was this huge steep hill that we had to go down, and I'll draw on screen kind of like what it was. It was like a flat part, and then it just went really far down super quick, and there were these like banks on the side so that you just wouldn't go off into like the forest, because we were on like hills, and then we were on like really far on the side of the hill, so they had to have banks so that we wouldn't fall off in case we went that way and almost fall off. And so I remember we get at the top, and I remember the words that I told Brandon very clearly. I'd stopped the quad, and I looked him straight in the eye. And I said, hold on to your panties, okay? And every other time that we had gone on here before, we had just rolled down the hill and used the brake if we needed to. But this time, I just full throttle that sucker down the hill. And I don't remember exactly what happened. I think we hit a rock, and then I lost control of the wheel, and then it like turned hard right, and we hit the bank. And so the quad flipped, and we get up. Brandon's leg is like, the whole leg is just scraped. Mine wasn't as bad as his. Mine was just like elbow stuff here and there. And so let me remind you again, this was 2 or 3 years ago. This was like when the bottle flip was really big, right? Everybody was doing the bottle flip. And so The quad is going down the mountain, or down the hill, sorry. It's flipping multiple times, and then it just lands flat on the ground. And so Brandon looks at me, and he just yells, "It landed!" like as loud as he could. And so my papa comes back, he sees that we weren't with him, and then he takes us with us, or he takes us with him, and then we go back, we load the quads up, and then we go home, and then we take Brandon over to his house and tell everybody what happened. Luckily, we weren't hurt, like, super bad. It was just his leg, and so his mom just put some peroxide on there, and then that was pretty much the end of it. But yeah, that was not very fun. It was fun when it began, but that's a story about the time I flipped a quad. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe. But this has been Melon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.